Today we're going to cover 10 rookies who had a huge week 1 performance. The first game of the season, they went off, exceeded expectations, did some stuff in the box score, helped us in fantasy football, and now we're going to talk about them today. But before we dig into the stats and information, you need to click that subscribe button right now. Stop missing out on these deep dives of these players to help you with the waiver wire, to help you set your lineups, and help you win your league. But let's look at these 10 rookies from week 1. Let's see what they're about. And the first one is Puka Ngata. Everybody's talking about him. Everybody's going after him on the waiver wire. And we're still talking about him to this day. He's been a part of about like 3 or 4 videos this week. But a 21.9 points last week leads all rookies in week 1. The most impactful game of all rookies this year in fantasy right now is Puka Ngata's week 1 performance. 21.9, 15 targets, a 40.5% target share. Huge. 89.7 route participation rate, 144 air yards, a 34.5% share of the team's passing air yards. It is not every day you see a rookie wide receiver step on the field and get a 40% share of the targets. That is something you just want to bet on to see if that just happens forever, because you do not see this at all, ever, rarely. And this is a thing that you need to pay attention to. Puka Ngata might be that dude, might be that late round wide receiver who just comes out and just goes off and be that rookie wide receiver who just comes out of nowhere and you know what? Win somebody a fantasy league just because they were able to get him off the waiver wire. 21 points last week. Incredible amount of volume. You earn your targets. He got 15 of them. Looked good. Puka Ngata could be that dude. Next player we're going to talk about, Anthony Richardson. 20.9 PPR points. He had 10 rush attempts. We want him to have rush attempts because that's really going to fuel his fantasy production as we get through his first rookie season. I mean, his only rookie season, but still, that first rookie year, it's harder on them quarterbacks. They're going to have them up and downs. So if he's running the ball, it's going to help him a good bit. 40 rushing yards, and also 75.8% of his passes were catchable. That is a good mark for a rookie. His first ever NFL game, 64.9% completion rate. That is good too. Had a good game. Throwing the ball, good. Getting downfield a good bit. Tough game script. And it's going to be tough for a rookie your first year at quarterback and maybe even your second year. But you know what? Considering what people were saying about him in the passing game, considering what we saw, considering he is a developmental rookie quarterback, you got to give him some props. He looked good in his first game. Fantasy production's there. He's letting you know in this first game, like, hey, I'm good in fantasy. I may not be the best quarterback. I'm not Tom Brady or anything like that, but I'm going to win you some fantasy weeks. And wait until you get more acclimated. Wait until these game scripts get more beneficial for me. I already got you 20 fantasy points. I'm going to get you some more. Count on me. I'm Anthony Richardson. I got size-adjusted athleticism. I'm throw the ball all over the yard. You're going to have to count on me for fantasy football. Our next guy here, Bijan Robinson, 20.3 PPR points. Had 6 targets, a 33.3% target share. That is up there with the elite wide receivers. No one's talking about that target share, but that's up there with elite wide receivers. That is crazy. That's up there with the top guys in target share. 77.3% route participation rate. He's just running routes, dude. He's just running routes. He is using the passing game. They run him between the tackles. Doesn't matter what the game script is. If the Falcons are behind, they're going to use him in the passing game. If they're ahead, they're going to use him in the run game. He is a guy that is incredible. This is why he's a generational talent. You do not see running backs do this. This is the first game of his career, and he's already seen a 33% target share. Usually running backs get eased in, and if it's a young running back who's earned a role early, they're running it a lot. They're not doing this. They're not doing this. This is something incredible, something you don't see every day from a running back. Bijan Robinson, the story is so grandiose with this dude. But I can't wait to see him from game to game all over his career, because this is another indicator we got a special talent. Next, Zay Flowers popped off instantly. 17.7 PPR points, 10 targets for a 47.6% target share, 93.3% route participation rate. He's just on the field running routes. Targets are going his way. He had 10 targets. The rest of the receivers had 11. This is his offense. He is going to be the dude in the passing game. He's going to be valuable. He's going to be credible. He's going to be a guy that's going to be consistent. The targets are going to be there, even when Mark Andrews is back. Zay Flowers has got some juice. He's got some gusto. He's got some dog in him. We're seeing that in the first game of his career. Next, Rashawn Johnson, 17.5 PPR points. This was a weird game script against the Packers. Saw 7 targets and almost 20% target share. Most of that is due to the game script late in the game, so that is situational dependent. However, when you look at this Bears rushing attack, they split it between these backs off and on. Khalil Herbert started the game, but Rashawn Johnson got some opportunity, and this is pretty good for the first game of your career. 5 rush attempts, 20 yards, and a touchdown, also catching the ball. That is good to see. Even though he wasn't the first running back out there in week 1 for the team, you know what? It's your first game of your career. You're getting opportunities. You're getting workload. You know what? We got 17 more weeks left of the season. There's going to be opportunities for you to rumble. Now we're looking at Jordan Addison. And he already had his second game on Thursday night, so we're going to talk about both of them. He's been productive. 3 catches, 72 yards. 4 catches, 61 yards. 16.1 PPR points, 16.2. Been looking good. So if we go to rookies next week, he's going to be one of the tops on the list as well. Jordan Addison, first-round wide receiver, broke out with 2 different collegiate programs over at USC and at Pitt. He's the reason Kenny Pickett got drafted in the first round. He's the reason why Kenny Pickett is on the Steelers right now, tossing bombs, because of this guy right here. He's already doing things at the NFL level, and it should increase. Maybe more routes, more snaps, more opportunities as the year goes on. Next, Rashee Rice, 11.6 PPR points. He caught that touchdown. It's been nitty. It's been gritty with these wide receivers for the Chiefs here. They're going to pop off and on like fireworks. We're going to have Rice games. We're going to have Ross games. We're going to have Moore games. We're going to have Tony games. They're going to take their turn having their game. Rice had the game on his first career game on a Thursday night. Had 11 points on his first ever NFL game. So the sky's the limit here. 13.5% target share, 5 targets. Looked good on the field for a rookie. First ever game. Thursday night game, prime time. Rice did it. Next, CJ Stroud, 10.7 PPR points, 44 pass attempts, 54 dropbacks, 74.4% of his passes were catchable. All good for a first time. He's a first timer, first game, first opportunity. Looked good, did all right. Could have been a lot worse, and he looked okay. And he slung the ball downfield, had some deep ball attempts. Everything was okay with CJ Stroud. Things are looking good. Things are looking like it's got some upside here. Let's see if we can build on this. Sam Laporte, 8.9 PPR points. We're tight end, getting 5 targets in his first ever game. That's pretty good. You usually don't want to bet on first-year tight end. Sam Laporte is being used in the offense. 15.6% target share. Pretty solid. 12.5% of his snaps were in the slot. Catching 5 balls as well, man. He's been productive. Sam Laporte, he's going to be a good tight end for a long time, especially when he gets acclimated. That might be year 2, year 3, but the upside is unreal with Sam Laporte. Next, Trey Palmer, 8.8 PPR points. That's because he caught that touchdown, but it's deep ball city with this dude. 4.3 speed, good ball skills. We've been seeing it. We saw in preseason. We saw in training camp. He's earning his stripes. Something happens to Mike Evans, he's going to be getting deep balls. That's what's going to happen. Something happens to Mike Evans. If they trade Mike Evans, do that contract dispute or whatever's going on with that, since they're not going to re-sign him, which is something I would do, Trey Palmer might be getting some deep balls. Trey Palmer's a guy you need to pay attention to because you don't want to pick him up now in your basic redraft league. You need to be onto him in Dynasty, but you need to be paying attention to him in redraft too because something happens to Mike Evans. This is going to be your deep ball guy. When they want to toss deep balls, it'll be going to Trey Palmer. He's got good ball skills, gets downfield. Player you need to pay attention to. Maybe I need to put a unique video out on him. Maybe I will soon. These are 3 players who did not make the top 10, but I need to talk about them. One, Demario Douglas had a good game, 8 PPR points. Luke Musgrave getting some targets, getting like a 12% target share. Could be getting more opportunities down the road. Jahmyr Gibbs, first game out, getting some opportunity. David Montgomery, though, stealing some of the workload. Jahmyr Gibbs, though, should be seeing more opportunities going forward. So we did not talk about 10 players a day. We talked about 13 rookies who are climbing the boards, doing some things, having a good week 1 performance. But let me know what you think in the comments below. I want to hear about it. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Catch you on the next video.